Libra, hi. So this is going to be a reading for March 9th through the 15th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Libra. The overall energy for the reading, the Fool. Super open energy. I think towards, maybe there's something, well, there are some changes going on. So towards something new here. Let me see. In the recent past, the Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Seven of Cups. Super curious about, I see you working on something, and as you're working on something, you kind of look up and you're seeing some possibilities, you know, moving forward for whatever it is you're working on. And then I see you kind of intrigued there, being like, oh, that would look nice, that would feel nice. Okay. Alrighty. In the current situation, the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Cups, the King of Pentacles. There's a change here in regards to, why does this keep showing up for you? I feel like it showed up in the past too. Like a father figure type of a thing. There's a change in regards to that energy. Either a boss or someone you look up to potentially. There's a change with them. And I think it affects you in some way. We'll see. In the immediate future, the Judgment card, the Two of Wands, the Empress. You're sitting with something here. I think you're trying to figure something out or make up your mind about something. But you're giving yourself time and space to, you know, it's a process here. It's not just, let me think about it. I'll give you an answer in 5 minutes. No. It's a little more than that. It's a little more deeply felt. Alrighty, let's clarify. Let's do the Fool. The Four of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Your energy comes through as very loving, very caring, especially through these changes that I see here in the current situation. Very, very attentive, very, like you're the first one to jump in there, to be like, I got you. You know, whatever's going on here, count on me. So that's kind of how you're showing up. Super nice energy, very, very caring. Let me do the Seven of Pentacles. In the recent past, the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands. Pretty much the same thing. Seven of Cups and the Page of Wands are the next cards there. Something is exciting for you there. Something is showing up as more than just intriguing. Something is, and I think you're jumping on it, whatever it is. It's like, man, something feels really, really good about whatever I'm looking at here. And I think I'm just going to take it on. I think I'm going to try it out or something. And again, I see you working already on something. So it's not necessarily bringing in something new, or it could be that, but you're applying it to whatever it is you're working on already, you know, so it's not like starting completely new. Okay, let's do the Page of Wands. You get the Page of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Justice card. Wow, so many freaking pages. And you're taking it easy, even though it feels exciting and it feels like, okay, this could work out in the best way possible. You're not just jumping in there, you know, with everything you got, not thinking about anything and whatever. Yeah, ooh, yeah. No, you're just, you know, pretty composed. You're taking it easy. You're like, let's try it out. You know, let's open to it, yes, but like small steps. Nobody's rushing us. Nobody, you know. You decide the pace here. And it's a pretty cool one for whatever. Let's do the Seven of Cups. Fucking King of Wands, man. For the Seven of Cups, you get the King of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Swords. And that's, you're kind of giving me a sense of, okay, I decided how I'm going to do this. I set the tone for how I'm going to show up, for how much I'm going to give, and how much I'm going to open up to this. And it feels right to you. When it comes to the other side of things, you know, how those things you're looking into are going to respond to this, that's out of your hands. You know, you don't know if it's going to be a favorable response. You know, if you're putting energy into a friendship, let's say you put, I don't know, 60% in it, are you going to get 60 back? Are you going to get more than 60? Are you going to get less than 60? You don't know. You don't know any of that. How that situation that you're investing in is going to come back to you, right? But I do see you being confused when it does come back to you. So that tells me, there's something in that energy exchange there. Something's, because as far as you're concerned, you have awareness over how much you're putting into that and what that is and all of that. There's clarity and awareness on your end. But because you have no control over how it's going to come back, and I see confusion there when it does come back, I'm like, okay, something's not adding up. Something's not matching to what Libra's putting in there. You know? And I don't know what it is, but it just feels like it's just not adding up. Let me do the Wheel of Fortune in the current situation. The Two of Wands, the Empress, the Hierophant. There's this very nurturing and very, very, still takes me in that direction, very strong father figure, or not necessarily the masculine side, it's parental, let's put it that way. Whereas as a kid, not even now, it could be now too, but as a kid, you would definitely look up to this energy, you know, and that's who you're connected to right now. So I feel like you were doing your thing there with whatever it is in the past, but I think something is happening here that kind of shifts your focus towards this situation. You're very connected to whoever this is, energetically speaking. Again, from that stand of looking up to whoever this is to you. And something has been happening for a little minute here, as far as they're concerned, I think. Something shifted for them. And now it's to the point in which you pay more and more attention, or you get closer and closer to this energy because of whatever the hell is happening. Let's do the Five of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Star. And this is where you're coming in with this very caring, very attentive energy, very, you know, and you're giving space for this process to unfold, which I don't know what kind of a process is. When I look at that shift, I see it attached to them more than you, and I'm not seeing a positive one necessarily. It almost looks like a parent getting sick or stuff like that. That doesn't mean, you know, the worst necessarily. It's just kind of taking me in that direction here, this energy. But you are creating the space for that process to unfold in the most natural way possible, whatever the hell is going on here. You're showing up with support, you're showing up with love, at least in your intention. Whether you are there physically or not, it doesn't really matter. The energy is here for that, to create that space. And, you know. Let me do the King of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. Whoever this is that's going through whatever, has quite the positive outlook there, you know? Yeah, they're super stressed out about whatever the hell is going on, and they have the tendency to hang on to that type of an energy of stress and let's worry about shit and behind all of that, there's a positive type of a, like, the light at the end of the tunnel type of a thing where it's like, you know, I know somewhere within me that everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to turn out in the best way possible, you know? So they carry that conviction within them, but it is covered by them hanging on to those other energies of stress and worry and, you know. So Let me see the Judgment card in the immediate future. The Four of Wands, the Lovers, the Knight of Swords. There's a connection here, very strong connection, very important connection to you, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be something, a connection to your job, you know, or something that's very meaningful for sure for you. And there's you giving in this space. There's you open to this space. There's you in there, right? You're participating in there. And you're showing up as, I need to figure something out about, you know, moving forward, how this is going to look. How, because I think you're making some changes in how you show up for this. And it could be based off of what's going on right now for you, in the sense of if you are, let's say, closer to someone that is in need of support and love and care right now, and you're the one that's offering that to them. Maybe if this is a job, maybe it's something like, I can't show up 5 days a week, I can only show up 2 days a week, you know. So there's some changes that you're bringing to this. But you're trying to figure out what the best changes are for you, especially in how you show up for this. And you're not rushing, you're taking your time with it. You're like, you know, I have to figure it out for myself. For the Two of Wands, in the immediate future, you get the Eight of Wands, the Tower, the Nine of Cups. I like how you're taking things, though, because as you kind of give yourself time to think about things and, you know, things like that, you may receive some news about something that normally, if you weren't so in tune with yourself, you would probably respond to those news with, uh-oh, what do I do now? Now I feel pressure. Now I gotta hurry up and I gotta I gotta make up my mind. What the fuck? You're not doing that. You're like, okay, that doesn't sound like necessarily something that I wanted to hear right now, but there's gotta be something that can be done, you know, that in a calm, loving manner. So I don't know what this is. It's almost like a disruption to your process of figuring things out here. But you're not panicking. It's almost meant to come that way. Like, okay, let's make Libra panic. Let's tell Libra this, that, and the other. That's going to make Libra panic, you know? And you're like, no. You're almost sending love back to that energy that moves your way. So it's super cool. The plan has failed miserably to make Libra panic. When Libra is balanced, there's no other sign that can match that. You know, only Libra knows what real balance is. And you are balanced here. For the Empress, in the immediate future, you get the Five of Wands, the Strength card, the King of Pentacles. You might have a little bit of a hard time coming up. Still going back to this energy that's showing up in your current situation. I have no idea what's going on there. But whoever this is that's attached to you is going through a little bit of a hard time. So as things progress, it might get challenging. You know, especially because you're volunteering here to be by their side. It might get challenging for you. But I see you still in the same position of, you know, holding that space with love, no matter how challenging it gets. It's going to be tough. You're showing me it's not easy. It's getting hard. Yeah, but you're still, as long as you're balanced, as long as you're in tune and in the present moment, yeah, you might have you're human after all. So you might have your times in which you might find yourself in those places of, this is too hard, God damn it, I don't know if I can do this, I'm losing it, da. But overall, I see you kind of coming back to that balance. So you're good here. You're holding the world on your shoulders by the looks of it here. And you're doing a good job at it. Not the world, but definitely this situation. Let me see what the universe has for you as a final advice. The Six of Wands, the Strength card, the Queen of Swords. You should be proud of yourself because you're kind of looking in your direction and you're patting yourself on the back and saying, I think I'm doing good. I think you're doing good too. You know, it's apparently something very hard for you to do, to acknowledge your strength in all of this and to acknowledge yourself. So the fact that you're doing it, that in itself is pretty powerful. Pretty cool reading. But that's it. That's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.